Yo guys, before this video starts, I just want to say shout out to Team APS and I guess Paul. Paul's been the main face of Team APS for a while now. Shout out to them for making this video that I'm going to react to. And I want to also say, because of these guys, they are the reason I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! A couple years ago. And then maybe a year after or so after learning how to play Yu-Gi-Oh and playing Master Duel for a while, I started making content. All because of these guys. So shout out to them. Much love all you guys. Shout out to Paul. Thank for doing these kinds of videos and actually having the balls to do it. Um, guys, he does say some things that are true, and I know some people kind of, I don't know what's the right word. They kind of hate on it, but we all have our own opinions, and this is the missed potential of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Um, it is something I've kind of wanted to talk about before too, because when I first started playing Master Duel, it was blowing up. People were playing. People who've never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Started playing, so it was everywhere. It was like all over my YouTube feed. Look, I think Ludwig was one of the big ones and had a tournament. Boom! Wow, it's great. And I'm pretty sure Paul is going to cover a lot of more things. So again, shout out to Team APS. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to them. This is the APS amplifier slash or and pot of greed. So go follow that and their main channel if you're not already. I'm already subscribed. We're gonna like the video, of course. Yeah, 621 guys, that's who we are. So let's let Paul talk. Let's unmute. Let's bring it down. And yeah, let's let Paul talk and see what is going on about. Where's my headset? I need to hear what Paul's saying. Oh yeah, and if you're seeing this, hi, and thank you for bringing me back into the Yu-Gi-Oh scene. Okay.
Hey guys, Paul here, APS Amplifier. So today I got to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. More specifically, the missed potential that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Because I think that there is a big sort of growing problem or dissatisfaction with the game that a lot of people have had and that I myself have had. And I wanted to just put it into words, talk about it in a video, just kind of have it out there and people can share their opinions on it as well. I gotta start, of course, by saying I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel to death. I think that's kind of no secret if you've watched this channel long enough, listened to our podcast, whatever. I love Master Duel. I play it all the time. I love playing ladder. I play rating duels every season. I get to Master Rank. I do the Duelist Cup. I like events. And honestly, the game just looks and plays incredibly. This has nothing to do with kind of the technical aspects of it. I think the presentation is good. I think the music is good. I think in those respects in particular, it beats out pretty much every other like card game simulator that exists. It looks like way better than TCG Live. I think it looks way better than Magic Arena. It's quite an immersive dueling experience, and that's fun. However,
Okay, before he continues, he is right. I have played TCG Live. I've played Arena. They're not bad looking, but they're not great. Master Duel has the better customization. You get the fields, you get the sleeves, you get mates. I mean, you do get sleeves and you can get mates in Arena too, but the sleeves are probably my favorite part about Arena. They're great. The mates are kind of clunky looking, or some of them are. Anyway, if you haven't played it, that's my opinion. So you can go check it out yourselves. But Master Duel is actually a pretty good TCG simulator. I think it's one of the better ones for sure. Paul is correct. Yeah, the music's great as well in the game. He's not wrong. I love it. I think everybody can say they love the music in Master Duel. If not, again, your opinion. But yeah, let's Paul continue. Let's see what he has to say.
3 years in, and I feel like Master Duel hasn't lived up to the potential that it has at all, and it's because of really one big issue. It's not exactly the issue that you might think. A lot of people might point to something like Maxi as the big thing. Like everybody says, ban the roach, that's what's wrong with Master Duel. Some people think that it's like, maybe the UR creep, like, new staples and new deck cores are always full of URs, and so that makes it hard to get or whatever. Or some people say it's just the format in general. And all those things certainly have an argument. But what I actually think the true glaring omission that Master Duel has, and that it's so wild that it's taken over 3 years and we still haven't really addressed it, is the lack of variety. Because
Okay, yes, no, there is a lot of problems. My God, didn't mean to hit that. There is a lot of problems with Master Duel. Yes, the roach is annoying, but it's not the worst thing in the world. The UR creep, yes, I have noticed that as a problem as well. A lot more URs than anything else, or SRs and URs. SRs aren't as bad, but URs seem to be almost impossible to get now, and everything you need seems to be a UR. So I do understand that, but he is correct. It is mostly the variety for the game. There's nothing. Like, there's just ranked, and then there's casual. But in casual, you're still playing against ranked decks half the time. Like, I just recorded a spectating video, and all I seen was all the new Blue Eye stuff, and that's meta right now. That shit's good. And Fiendsmith's in there too. You can literally load up casual, and there is like a 50% chance you're just going to go up against a meta deck. So if there was a variety like of different eras, that would probably be good for the game. So if you get bored of playing this current format, then you can go back. You can play Edison. You can play Goat, Time Wizard. I think I think that's all I can think of at the moment. There's probably more. You can write them all down in the comments below on this video. But so far, Paul's spitting facts.
here's the thing, right? Modern Yu-Gi-Oh is crazy. This is no secret.
Yep.
If you've played Master Duel at all recently in like ranked, or you play the Duelist Cup, you'll know the current best deck, which is like Fiendsmith, Azamina, Snake Eye / other engines or whatever. That deck takes forever. The turns take a long time. It makes a huge unbreakable board, and it's just very annoying to deal with. You got to have like at least 3 hand traps to have a chance to play, and otherwise it's kind of like coin flippy and it's a bit of a mess. There's a lot of modern issues, like modern Yu-Gi-Oh issues you can talk about, like how engines are so splashable, 1-card combos, all these hand traps you have to play, whatever. But that's actually not what I want to talk about, because I think that the problem Master Duel has is that format is the only thing the game really offers to you.
Yeah,
I think
that's
people would
true.
have far less issue with hand traps or max C or the best decks kind of being what they are if you just had other options, other ways to play the game. Because don't get me wrong, I know that like Maxi is polarizing. I know that like the Snake Eye Fiends with Azamina deck is polarizing. It's crazy that they've allowed Snake Eye to exist in a playable form in the game for as long as they have. But even if you kind of erase this particular format from the picture, then you had Tenpai before. Then you had other Snake Eye variants before, like Fire Kings and stuff. And then there's also like some of the worst parts of like tier format. And even when the game came out, there were like crazy formats, Prank Kids and Adamanticators and stuff. The
Prankers
thing
are
is
great.
though, for a lot of people, when they, boot up Master Duel, they just want to play their fun decks. People just kind of want to relax. There is a crowd, there's a type of player who thrives under the pressure of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Where effects are going off all the time, it's crazy, the power level's high. There are people who grind the Duelist Cup. Congrats to them. They're having fun.
Yeah, no, I know lots of people, even in the like when I go to locals with my friends just to play, they love all the chains. They love all the big scary monsters and all these meta decks. And there is a select few of people that like to just play casually, and they get stomped on a lot, and it makes them not want to play the game. So there is another pool that likes to be casual, which I'm assuming Paul is going to bring up as well. But there is still that group that likes to play like this current format with all the chains, all the hand traps and things. He's not wrong. That there is quite a few people that like to do that. I know people that like to play that format, or this format, I should say. And props to them. I can't keep up half the time with all the chains. It hurts my brain. It really does. Like playing in paper, it hurts my brain sometimes because I play the birds and I play Abyss Actor. I play ABC Dragon Buster. I don't have the new support for it right now, but besides the fact, and I play Runic. Runic doesn't really chain that much. No, it kind of chains once in a while. It's funny, but that's all I really play. I know I'm not the most fun to play against, but I do like have those decks so I can switch them out and play different against whoever I'm playing against. But yeah, I have different decks so I can have fun. But once there's one guy at locals that plays White Forest Azamina, and if he goes first, he's not going to let you play the game. So it's not fun sometimes. Like, I understand.
Good. Great. Like seriously. There are people who want to queue into that and like that's kind of they get their rocks off to like dealing with those problems and perfecting deck building. But for many players, I think that Master Duel offers nothing else. Like it's got to be telling when you consider how many people oftentimes say, and I'm sure that there are people watching this who can relate, that Master Duel basically isn't fun after you get past gold rank, maybe platinum rank in the ladder. Because gold and platinum rank is the last time when you might actually face kind of interesting, neat, fun decks. Rogue picks, pet decks, just variety in general. After you get past that, once you hit about diamond and stuff, it's where the sweaty stuff shows up. And I get it. That's how a lot of competitive games are. Like once you get to high levels, it's gonna get like that. The thing is though, you'll honestly still get a good bit of those decks even like in platinum rank and gold, sort of depending on the time period and stuff. But more so than that is just there's no respite from it. But we know that Yu-Gi-Oh offers so much more and like has offered more. The fact that Master Duel does not have a draft format is wild to me because I feel like
That
that'd
is
be
wild.
very easy to implement. There have been draft formats in very similar Yu-Gi-Oh games like fairly recently. Like if you look at games like Legacy of the Duelist, like Legacy of the Duelist and Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution, they had a battle pack draft mode. The TCG has made battle packs, packs designed from the ground up to be drafted in.
I
And
miss those.
Master Duel could really easily implement this. There's a bunch of ways you could do it. You could just do it where it's like, okay, you pay 500 gems or 1,000 gems or whatever, and you're like given a draft of Battle Pack, right? Like you're given 10 packs of Battle Pack 2 or 3 or a Master Duel custom made Battle Pack, whatever,
Hmm,
right?
that's actually a
And
good
you
idea.
get to take that Battle Pack like draft thing, you make a deck, and
Okay.
you are allowed to queue into like 10 games or something. I think Hearthstone has a somewhat similar system to this, if I'm remembering correctly. And so yeah, you get to
Hmm.
draft, and then after that,
You're gonna want to hear this.
Now you can get Disney Plus for $1.99 a month.
That is beautiful.
you draft again, and like you're getting an entirely different deck building experience. A lot of people love draft. It's fun because it doesn't feel like you have to have all the best cards and be playing the best deck. You kind of just have this huge pool of more curated cards, and the power level and the deck strategy is kind of more in your hands, and it stays fresh because after you're done playing, you draft again, and it's like a different thing. It's sort of like playing a cube with your friends or playing some of the speed duel things, right? But that's not a thing in Master Duel. There also are a lot of really cool Master Duel events that they do, but the events happen and then they end. So if you like the Fusion Festival or you like the Synchro XXZs Festival or whatever, you can do them while they're live, but I think that they should let you just queue into those as regular lobbies. Like even if the
Yeah, he's right. They should because um there's only a small time frame for those events, and it kind of sucks because what was it? There was a 2004 one I wanted to play in, and I didn't get to. It was only like open for 3 days, and I was busy working. I didn't get time to play it. I bet a lot of people didn't get time to play it. Plus, you also have to build your own deck for it half the time. The loner decks are usually just okay, or they're not bad, but a lot of people have their own favorite thing for that one event, and they may not have it built. So yeah, they should be open 24/7. I think they already have the code for it. They might as well implement it 24/7.
current like kind of active prizes aren't available, it would be cool to be able to just queue into the synchro lobby for other synchro enthusiasts and like have fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
do the Xyz X Link Festival or the whatever festival, the Fire and Water Festival, like all these things, because the festivals are usually fun. They even do things like goat format, and they've done things like hat format and stuff. you know, Doing those as events that, not just events, but like as things that you could queue into forever would be a lot of fun. Like I think that, I know that the obvious reason why they probably don't want to like make like a GOAT format ladder or something is because, well, okay, you'll get all your GOAT cards and you'll never have to spend gems again. But I think there's like ways around that. It's just that as it is now, if you get burnt out of Master Duel, like specifically kind of burnt out of dealing with Fiendsmith, Azamina, X, whatever other engine, then there's just nowhere else to go. I mean, yes, Master Duel's got a solo mode, but it's solo mode. Like you guys kind of know how that is. And yes, there are duel rooms.
not
To
that
Master
great.
Duel's credit,
not
you
bad.
can, technically host a duel room with your own kind of custom rules, and people can go in there. Like, but no one uses the duel rooms. Even the casual mode's a bit of a mess. You don't get credit like for your daily missions by playing casual mode. So it really, I get that they were probably trying to remove all sense of stakes from it. But I think that you should be able to at least do your daily missions in casual mode.
Yeah.
That, and like also with casual mode, people sometimes will like kind of troll by just playing like really good decks and sort of smurfing. And there's like a thing with that.
Yep.
Mention
And
that.
that actually brings me to another
They
problem
do
I
that.
have with that is that Konami or like the Master Duel devs, they are aware of what the problematic cards and decks and stuff are, not just because of the ban list, but because when they do events, they oftentimes limit like or remove the best cards from those formats. So like they'll take all the floodgates out. They
Birds.
won't allow Maxi and sometimes
Always.
they won't allow any hand traps. Sometimes just the more powerful staples will be removed. They're aware of how to create a lower power level format. They do it for the events, like the festivals, but then they don't do it just as like a thing that you can do in the actual game. Like there could be a lower power level format. If you've been watching me for a while, you'll know this is starting to kind of get to sound a lot like that whole loss of the mid-core Yu-Gi-Oh player argument. And it sort of is, but in this case, the solution is so much simpler. In the regular TCG right now, if you don't like playing advanced format, there's not really anything else for you that Konami's regularly providing. I mean, there are Time Wizard events, so there's that. It's like a snapshot thing. But as I've already brought up, those are formats that are like locked in the past, and some people might want to still play newer decks. Maybe they want to play Dual Avatar or Suship, and you can't play that in Edison format. But there's not like a mid-power, low-power level format that exists. And it's tough to like get that sort of thing off the ground. There's Heart of the Underdog, which you gotta kind of agree with your local people about like what is and isn't allowed. But in Master Duel, it's very easy to create that because they've done it, and it's easy to enforce that. Like, it's just, it's a digital game, so you just can't use this card. Like it's very simple to enforce it. I get that it's like harder to do in paper. It's crazy to me that Master Duel has not explored any of this. Because for a game that is called Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, like you would think this would be like the master Yu-Gi-Oh! Experience. This is where you can play, like, just enjoy the game in these different ways, have these different formats, and it just, none of that's there. There's effectively one game mode in Master Duel, and
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I get burnt out of Master Duel once in a while. Like that's why I do a lot of spectating videos lately. It's just easier on me. I'm not seeing the same. Actually, I still seeing the same decks half the time, but I don't have to deal with them myself. Like it gets boring. Like I don't want to keep dueling Snake Eyes 24/7. Or when it was tier format, I didn't want to deal with tier 24/7. It started getting boring. It's like, can we switch it up? Can we play something else? Can I go to casual? I went to casual. It was the same thing. It's an ongoing thing. But he's right. We do need more formats. That's literally the biggest issue with Master Duel. And it being called Master Duel, he's not wrong. It does make it sound like it's going to be like the Master Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG simulator. And whoa, it's not. It's really not.
it's not a very inviting one. I mean, it is a game that
Nope.
will just grind you down and burn you out. And
Yes.
again, for some people, that is what they want. They find joy and excitement and like challenge in that. I can be like one of those people sometimes. But for the most part, I think that most Master Duel people would, like just regular players would enjoy something that's a little lower octane, more options, more bang for the buck. I know that there's also like a bunch of little small things. Like I mentioned, you should be able to get like missions from casual mode. I think you should be able to, deconstruct or dismantle cards that you get from legacy packs. Lots of little things like that. And as for the actual format, yes, it would be nice if they had maybe more proactive ban lists, maybe, got rid of certain hand traps or whatever. I sometimes hate that it feels like you're sometimes just, on the hook waiting for the next pack. Like they're adding the Dominus cards right now into the game, and like Dominus Persian, Dominus Impulse. And it's cool because it's like, okay, great, I guess there's one more way that you can kind of counter a Snake Eye, Fiendsmith, whatever deck.
Yeah.
But also
Yeah.
just more hand traps. So, more of that whole funnel of things. So yeah, I think the real missing potential that Master Duel needs has nothing to do with UR bloat, has nothing to do with Max C, has nothing to do with even the format. It's just the fact that that's the only option that you have to play this very well made, very technically sound, very presentationally amazing game, but you can only really play it the one way. And that just, that really sucks to me. One last thing I'm going to add in because I'm just now remembering it. I think they need to flesh out the duel rooms feature. Like I said earlier, you can host a duel room with some of your own custom rules, but nobody really uses that. I think that they need to make duel rooms a lot like how they work in Duel Links, where the duel room can actually offer like a tournament sort of feature or like a auto player matchmaking feature, and like it's time. So basically you have 2 hours to hop in this duel room. It just randomly pairs you against other people. When 2 hours or an hour and a half or whatever ends, you get ranked in points, and like it's like a fun thing. You can get together with a group of people and just enjoy that. But
Well, I didn't really actually play Duel Links that much. I think I played it once, and that's it. It was a long, long time ago. But yeah, no, that's actually a really neat idea. I didn't even know about that. So that's cool. I don't think I use the duel rooms that much either. I do with like one of my friends, like once a month maybe. Hey, that's probably the only time we ever use the duel rooms, and other than that, I kind of forget they exist. So yeah, if we could do that, I'd have tournaments with our friends like that. That'd be dope. That'd be good content, actually. Huh. Would you guys like to see that? Do you want me to throw together a tournament with some guys? I could do that. That would be great. Huh. I think about it.
But that feature isn't in Master Duel, and it's strange because Duel Links has it. The blueprint's there. Like,
Yes.
this is what I mean when I say that there's just
Spinning facts, Paul.
potential in Master Duel. I think that it could be the ultimate Yu-Gi-Oh experience, and it's totally within their ability to do so, but it's just not. And we're 3 years and some change into this game, and like, that's still not true. And it's weird because we have the power to do it. There's more ability to make these changes here than in the paper TCG, but like, Konami, you gotta do it. You gotta give people more ways to play Master Duel. So yeah, that's it. That's the video. I didn't want this to come across as a rant so much as it's more like a disappointed parent type of thing. Like, you know, I love you, Master Duel. I really
Yes,
do. But you
I
gotta
do feel that.
a
I
little
do
bit more than this.
I agree, Paul.
To be clear, last couple disclaimers, this is not a Master Duel's dying thing. This is not a, like, you know, it's nothing like that. I'm not saying that. It's just, there could be more. There really could be more. And I feel this way. I read so many comments where other people just, they feel this way. They feel burnt out of these formats. And they just wish that there was another way that they can play their favorite game, but not have to deal with just the nasty slog that can be modern Yu-Gi-Oh! At its high power level form that Master Duel has. So yeah, I want to hear what people think about this in the comments. I think I've gone on long enough with this. You guys kind of get the picture. Let me know. Share the video with you know, other people. I want to see if others agree with me. Maybe Konami will watch it at some point or another. Yeah, it's going to be it. I'll see you guys in the next one, which I guess will be the Pot of Greed episode tomorrow morning. Cool. Fast turn.
Good code.
Okay, so yeah, okay, I do agree with Paul. I agree with Paul. He was spitting facts this whole video. Master Duel it's not dying. It's not dying at all. It's literally still thriving, but it could be better. It really could be better. He is right. It could be better. We could have more variety of formats. God damn it, my brain took a blank for a second. But yeah, no, we need more formats. Like, it would spice things up a bit. We could just cycle through different formats, like, so we don't get burnt out of like the Fiendsmith stuff. Like, it does burn you out after a while. Like, why am I don't want to see the engraver anymore. I don't blame you. I really don't. I don't want to see it anymore. Like, it takes a while for that whole combo to go off, and then they're not even starting their main combo. Like, there's like a combo deck, but with like 30 different combos, and on a board you can't break half the time if you don't have the hand traps. Paul is correct about that. So yeah, I agree with Paul. You let me know if you agree with Paul, and yeah, if you do see this, Paul, I agree with you. I think you're correct. And I think you did a great job on this video addressing all this. But yeah, no, this is going to be the end of this video too. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and do the same for APS Amplifier Pod Agreed channel and the Team APS channel. So shout out to them. Yeah. Until next time. Peace.